Get these while you still can. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. We have seen shortages recently. 2020, 2021, yeah, we have seen it. Real world in front of our faces. So, people that deny that we're going to have shortages, seriously? Okay, so what can we expect? Well, I don't know everything, but I know there are certain things that we have shortages of right now, period. We have transistors and microchips for making electronic equipment. So any electronic equipment. Also, electronic equipment that's being imported. Anything that's being imported into the United States. All the lines of cargo container ships lined up at ports, not able to get unloaded. Also getting robbed while they're sitting there waiting to get unloaded. There's a lot of problems going on there. What else? Because of manpower, capability of manufacturers, a lot of manufacturers, what they're doing are, say they had a product line of 30 items, 30 different things to choose from. That'd be like, say soup, for example. To make 30 different kinds of soup. So instead of making 30 different kinds of soup, they're going to concentrate on the 20 most popular and downsize their product line. Makes sense from their point of view, right? Yes, it does. So, what do we need to do? What can we be aware of? Well, if you have certain things that you like, certain types of soup, for example, or whatever product it may be, then get those items that you really like, that you enjoy eating, and that you will eat in an SHTF scenario, because we want to prep what we eat. So get the variety now, because you probably will see less variety out there. That's part of it. Chicken shortages, yes, importing, as well as U.S. production. A lot of things shut down, limited workers, limited capabilities there, as well as some diseases that have struck, other things, supply chain issues, availability of truckers to get them to market, etc. It's a big snowball effect. One thing affects one thing, which affects another thing. It slows it down here, slows it down there, slows it down even more, and then we see the effects at the supermarket, the grocery store. So rubber is another one. Tires. If you need new tires in your vehicle, like they're really bad, get tires now while you still can. They're hard to find. A lot of them are hard to find, especially certain types or same thing. You may not find the availability of certain kind of tires. If you have a vehicle with a very, very common tire size, you're probably not going to have an issue. But if you have a truck with 37, 13, 50, 18s, mud terrains, well, you may have a problem. I have a buddy that just ordered pretty much, I think is the same that size. He got the last 4 tires from this manufacturer, shipped all the way from Missouri here to Washington State. So we're going to see things like that. What else are we going to see? Toilet paper is coming again. It's already happening around here in certain places. Costco talks about that. Now, is this a real shortage, or is it a made-up shortage so that people come in and buy what you have? That may be the case also. Manufacturers and distributors are smart. They may take advantage of certain things, of us thinking that things are in short supply, so we run out and buy them, where we may not normally do so. So that may be part of the equation also. There's a lot to this story. A lot of things, they lining up or not lining up to make these an issue. So, rubber, electronic devices, if you need any, I don't see really the need of any electronic devices. I don't think they will be useful in an SHTF scenario, especially if it's an EMP-based one. Although, you may find use of, ham radios have, parts in them like that, GPSs, etc. I wouldn't recommend going out buying a new vehicle right now anyway. It's a shortage of new vehicles because of the microchips and everything, shortages. I wouldn't waste the money on a new vehicle now. If I was going to do anything, if I would recommend buying a vehicle, I would recommend buying a 70s, 60s, or older vehicle so that it's EMP proof, all mechanical, good to go, bug out, yes. So, what else can we see? Can we expect? Aluminum shortages. So that affects aluminum cans. Anything canned in aluminum. Anything made up of aluminum, obviously. So we're talking soft drinks. What else are you talking about? There's different canned goods that come in aluminum cans. They make V8 vegetable juice in aluminum cans. I mean, there's a lot of different things. Is most things that come in aluminum cans needs as far as preppers and survival? No. We don't need our Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi or whatever it may be. However, some of us enjoy them. So you may want to stock up and get a little extra of that. There's pretty much a lot of things across the board, and things like aluminum and rubber in a lot of products that you don't think about. And then what's another big one? Corn shortages. Look at the label of almost anything nowadays, and you're going to see corn syrup. It's getting windy out here. Yes, corn shortages. There's a lot of products that use corn in them. So what are we going to see? Maybe manufacturers will shift to other products, or we just won't see that as much in products, but it is so widely used. And then corn itself. And then what else is corn used for? Corn is used for ethanol. Ethanol goes in gasoline to power our vehicles. So gas shortages may be also affected by this. I would be very happy if they just decided, well, let's just remove the ethanol because we're running low on corn. That would be great, because I hate ethanol fuels. They're really bad for your engine. They're just not good. So anyway, I would love to see that. Just go back to the day before ethanol. That would be nice. But a lot of food shortages across board. We've talked about meat shortages, right? Meats. We've seen shortages of meats, especially chicken and pork. Chinese pork was decimated this year. So there was a big effect on that and their ability to import pork into our nation. And they are also holding on to a lot of the stuff that they have because they see shortages coming. So they're holding on to a lot of it and not exporting it. Whereas what are we doing? We're still exporting, even though there are shortages. So these are all things to be mindful of. I don't eat pork, so I don't really worry about that. But chicken, corn, all those kind of things, yeah, definitely. Soybeans, how is the soybean crop affected? Yeah, there's some effects there. There's a lot going on. And as we get into winter, what are other things? Supplies for Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, all these holidays that a lot of people celebrate and a lot of people enjoy. So get your supplies ahead of time if this is something you do. That is basically what it comes down to. Think ahead, plan ahead, and know that this stuff is coming. Here's another thing I noticed at the store today. Okay, and my wife even mentioned it. That, say I was in Walmart today. So, baking aisle. All the flour used to be on the baking aisle at this particular Walmart. Makes sense, right? Yeah. And it wasn't. It was on the next aisle over, and instead of being in, say, not this much, but say it was taking up this much space on the aisle before in the baking aisle. Now it's crammed into this much space right next to the Hispanic cultural foods like the masa and stuff like that. And some other products. I forget what it was, but it was crammed in between there. Why? Maybe so that we're not aware of shortages. Think about that. Be aware. When you're at the store next time, look at where things are. Look at how much space they take up. Is something that isn't normally crammed in between two other things, crammed in a different location that's smaller? So it still looks like there's full shelves. But are they really full? Are they trying to hide something from us? Are they trying to put the wool over our eyes as far as shortages? There was a lot less flour. There was one choice for whole wheat flour. One choice. And that's another thing we'll see is a lot less choices. A lot of stores are going to store brand. There'll be one store brand, like say flour. One store brand and then maybe one other brand. They're not going to carry a bunch of different brands. So the variety will go away. Something to be aware of. Shrinkflation, we've talked about that before. That's always happening. And price increases, as well as less available. So please pay attention to this stuff when you're out in the store. Really pay attention where things are. what's going on, how much of it is there, and things that you see that are starting to get less of in the stores. There's, the areas are shrinking, or the variety is shrinking, or the amount that's on the shelves are shrinking. Maybe pick up some of those things. That's an indicator. Those are all indicators of potential shortages in those areas. So be aware. Maybe pick up some extra. I'm not saying wipe it all out so nobody else can have any. We don't do that. We're not, people say that's what preppers do, that we go out and we wipe out everything and then causing shortages. We don't do that. We're smart. We are proactive, not reactive. So when you see stuff like that, maybe get a little extra across several different items. But pay attention. That's the big thing. Intelligence gathered by your eyes, looking around the store and seeing what there is, can give you some good indications. So these are some things to think about and maybe to get now while you still can. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Comment below. Share the videos. All those things. And check out Patreon. Links in the description below. Amazon storefronts in the description below. Thing about Amazon is love, hate. Love the easiness of it. Hate the nature of Amazon and what they're becoming and all that stuff and what they are. But if you use Amazon, which a lot of people still do use Amazon, please use my link. Even if you're not ordering anything from my store, just order your normal order. Just get to Amazon via my link. So that cookie's in there. I get the 4% instead of them pocketing it. They make enough money. It could really help me out though. If you could do that, I'd be very appreciative. Thank you. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate all your support. I appreciate everything you guys do. We got to stay in the game. Be mindful. Stay in the game. Keep your head on your shoulders. Don't get freaked out. Remember, we prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear here. And we know that our prepping is our living insurance. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.